If you've played fighting games for a while, you may have at some point came across the term Abare. It's doubtful, but you may have. It's more likely that you're familiar with a term that goes hand in hand with the term Abare, and that is Unga Bunga. Firstly, let's explain what Abare means. Abare, when translated directly from Japanese, means to act violently. Which makes sense because when someone uses Abare against me, I want to be violent as well. Abare, in essence, in fighting games, is to disrespect your opponent's pressure. When I spell it out like that, I make it sound very technical and hard to do, but it's not. Abare usually happens like this.
Oh no!
Oh no, he got a hard knockdown. He's super plus right now. I'm gonna have to eat this mix up and make sure my reactions and reads are on point if I want to survive. Aww. Not even close. So let's delve into what the fuck just happened and why it was Abare and why it was also really fucking stupid. After getting hit with a level 3, the Bardock, is heavily minus, and to make it worse, I'm also in the corner, so the Gogeta gets to basically do whatever the fuck he wants to me. He can hit me with a meaty button, and if he gets a hit, full combo, or I still have to block the pressure. He can hit me with a meaty overhead, he can safe jump, since he's Gogeta there's 50-50s he can do. Shit. He can cuddle me. There's an absolute smorgasbord of options he has that I just have to deal with, since right now I'm currently enjoying the taste of the dirt. But a couple of those options are mashable, or I can punish with an invincible reversal, aka in Dragon Ball FighterZ, a level 3. If he fucks up the timing of his meaty button, I punish by mashing light, or a level 3. Same if he fucks up the timing of his command grab. If he empty jump lows and fucks up the timing, I got him. If he tries to Dragon Rush, I've got him. Depending on his timing, I can mash the fuck out. I'm making it sound like mashing with Abare is the smart option, right? No, it's not. Well, it kinda depends. If you have somewhat experience with a fighting game, you have some knowledge on the game, you probably know how to hit an opponent with a meaty button. And after your experience with doing so, it can be incredibly hard to fuck up the timing for that. But since everyone is playing online right now for obvious reasons, the frame delay can fuck up your timing, and as a result, mashing with Abare has become more and more viable. So let's go over another example from a different fighting game. Street Fighter V. Kage, the poor man's violent Ken. Kage's heavy Ryoso Kyaku, aka his heavy wheel kick, aka his half cycle forward heavy kick, is +3 on block, which is one of Kage's main mix-up tools, because your opponent has to guess or react to which type of wheel kick is being used. If it's a light wheel kick, it's punishable on block because it's -4, but very hard to interrupt. His medium is -2 on block, so it's safe, and if it hits, it allows for a throw mix-up. But it can be interrupted depending on how it's set up, because it can be slower. But the heavy version is +3 on block, but very punishable if the opponent reads it. If they read it right, they can slip in a nice light button and get in a decent fucking combo. His EX version is really minus on block, and it's only really a mix-up tool, so we don't need to worry about that version. A lot of that info is unimportant, but some of it was needed to explain the example I'm going to show. I'm playing against Kage. He throws out a heavy wheel kick. I block. He is +3 now. He can hit me with his 4-frame light, which forces me to block or get hit. Either way, I have to keep eating pressure or a combo. He can micro dash throw me. He has a few options, but I don't like this Kage. He teabagged me, he got a perfect, he disrespected me. So I won't show him respect. His pressure, his mix-ups, fuck that noise, I'm gonna mash EXDP. If he tries to pressure me, I'm gonna fuck him up. Boom, got him. Abare. Abare doesn't have to be mashing light. Abare is usually mashing your fastest buttons, specials, invincible reversals, it doesn't matter. When at a frame disadvantage, you use Abare to disrespect your opponent's pressure, but at great risk. If this Kage thought I would go full Chad mode in EXDP, and he baits it out, well, oh Jesus Christ, oh fuck. You live by the mash, you die by the mash. You can use Abare in block strings on wake up during any pressure. If you mash buttons, specials, whatever, it's Abare. This is why it's so linked to the term Unga Bunga, because Unga Bunga characters tend to have really strong fast buttons that reward more risky gameplay, such as gameplay as Abare. So Unga Bunga characters can use Abare more freely due to them traditionally having really good and fast buttons. Characters like Jam, Bardock, Leo, Yang, among plenty of others. But the term Unga Bunga has a couple of different meanings. It can mean simple, it can mean rush down. That's a video for another day. For now, just substitute rush down with Unga Bunga to keep it simple. Abare can be used at a high level, but it's shown mostly during low level play. Players who just want to push buttons, have fun, that's fine. But at high level, if it seems like a highly skilled player is just mashing out of fear, think again. It's probably Abare, as they know the matchup and know when the best times to mash are, so it's not just mindless mashing, it's a culmination of knowledge and skill. But if it's a low level player mashing, ironically enough, it's both a lack of skill and knowledge, which is quite an interesting parallel. To put it in layman's terms, Abare is the act of mashing your fastest move in an attempt to disrespect your opponent's pressure. You can get a combo from Abare, or can simply use Abare to get your opponent off you. To put it simply, Abare is the true art of mashing. Anyway, that was the meaning of Abare. Well, in fighting game terms at least.
That sucked. That sucked. That sucked. That hardcore sucked so bad. That is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, bro.